Welcome back. In this video, what is this? Lesson 26. I want to show you how to make a screen that is an answer key. So what happened was the other day, I gave my students the elimination activity, and they each had different problems, and it would give them feedback on whether they were right or wrong, and me too as well. But when they were wrong, I had to, each kid had a different problem, so I had to go through and try to find their mistake. So I was like, darn it, I wish I had made a page that had all their answers there for them. Whether I let them see that or not, is depending on what we were doing that day. So I thought, you know what, let me show you how we could do that. So I'm also going to show you, if you're not familiar with how to steal or borrow slides from other activities that are already in creation. So let me bring this down. Actually, I need to be able to see the tabs. I have two tabs open here. This is the one I'm building, and I'm calling it elimination with the answer key. But back here, I'm gonna put a starter screen on to begin with. So screens for checking in. Oh, let's see here. I love this one, where they have to click and drag, where they are, what quadrant they're in. So you see this little icon here. If you click on that, it tells you that it's now copied. So I'm gonna go to this one, and I'm gonna paste it, Command V, and there it is. So maybe I'll have my students start with that, and they can tell me a little bit about it. But now, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I want to go back to custom. Here's my elimination one that we did from lesson 25. And all I want to do is take this first slide and copy that. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to have the students do, let's say 3 problems. So I'm going to put this 3 times, same exact thing 3 times. We are going to have to modify them. And now I'm going to add another screen that will have the answer key for all 3 of those problems. Now again, if you want the students to see this or not, that's up to you, whether you hide this screen from them or not with the pacing. All right, first thing I'm going to have to do, I'm going back to screen 2 here, and excuse me, I'm okay with this one. We have note 1, all that's good. Now, you know what I should have done? Hold on, let's delete these. I'm going to delete screens 3 and 4 here. Okay, so I'm going to modify this one first. And what I want to do, I'm going in here where we have all the guts of the problem from lesson 25. And at the end here, I'm going to put the answer for this one. I'm going to call this answer 1 equals, and I want it to be a string. So I'm going to put it in quotation marks. And the answer is an ordered pair, right? So I want it to look like an ordered pair. So we're going to have parentheses and a comma. So the x value, if you look up top here, we just called it x, and the y value, we called that y. So we have to do that weird notation, x, and on the other side of the comma, the weird notation for y. Okay? Now I'm going to copy, excuse me, I'm going to copy and paste this screen here to make 3 problems. So that's 1 problem, paste for another problem, and paste for my 3rd problem. Now the problem is all of them have this note component named the same. So I have to go back and rename them. So this one, it's fine. On screen 3, I'm going to rename it as note 2. Wrong screen, I hate that. Note 2, and now we're going to get some error messages because I've used that in other places, but I didn't use it too much, so this isn't going to be awful. So coming down here, and this number 1, I'm going to change that to a 2. Now that's happy, and let's do that up here, and we're going to change this note 1 to note 2. Done. Now I'm going to do the same thing in this screen, except now I have to come up with another number. How about 3? So I changed this to 3. Now this one isn't giving me error messages for some reason, but I don't know. But now I know where to go. So this should be a 3. And up here, this would be a 3. So if you wanted your students to have more problems, obviously you would need to keep doing that. Yeah, whatever. Okay, now in my answer key here, I want a note component. There it is. And what I need to do is pull in, oh, you know what else I didn't do? Sorry. Just because I might mess things up. We have that answer thing, and I want to rename those. So here, answer 1, I want this to be answer 2. And in this one, it will be answer 3. So the computation layer for the note component, I want those numbers to match. Okay, now I'm ready to make my answer key. So I'm going in the computation layer here of this note component, and I have to pull in those variables. So remember we had answer 1, and it's like, answer 1, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, you can find that in note1.script and then answer 1. We're going to do that for answer 2 and answer 3 as well. You know what? Let's just copy and paste. So you would do this for as many, as many screens as what? Stop! That you have. So I'm only doing 3 problems here. If you wanted to do more, you would obviously need to do that. 3, 3, and 3. Okay, so now it pulled in all those answers for us, which is awesome. And now I want that to display. So the content of this note is going to be that, okay, number 1, the first problem should have an answer of answer 1. Okay, so you got to close your curly brackets and close your quotation marks. Now I don't want it all to run on one line, so I'm going to hit return and do the same thing for number 2. Oh, I don't want to close my quotation marks yet. That will only give me the first one. All right, this one, so answer 2, and then I'm going to hit return, and then answer 3. Now I close the quotation marks. All right, let's check this out. So I'm done. I'm going to preview it, and these should be the 3 ordered pairs for the 3 ordered or the 3 systems that were randomly generated. So here are my random equations or random systems, and those are the corresponding answers. So let's see here, 6, -7. Again, if I were to do this again, you can see we have new answers and there would be new systems. So this way, if you have like, you know, a class of 30 kids and they each have different problems, we're talking 30 different problems at a time, you don't want to have to be like, okay, now I got to solve this one, now I got to solve this one. Or it would be nice practice for your students to go through and do the problems, and it's a little inconvenient for them to have to scroll to the end to see if they're right, you know. So there you go. I hope this was helpful, everybody. We'll see you next time.